Alright guys, welcome to another video. This time I want to explain how I detail assets that are very big, because the challenge with these assets that are very big is that they tend to not be very modular. So when you have things like this that are assets that are extremely big and you want to detail them, usually you lose a lot of resolution. So there are multiple ways to approach this. And the first one obviously is using vertex painting. And you could, in my case, because this asset is so big, I want like different details here for the top and the bottom. You can clearly see that they have like different materials. However, they blend really nicely, right? And I could create like a material that has like 4 materials inside and I can paint everything. But not only that will make my material and vertex shader very expensive, that will also not giving me the flexibility of working with multiple modular pieces that I'm using here, right? So you want to have not only small pieces, which is good for performance and lumen, you also want to save memory costs there. So how do you manage to do that and at the same time, just add the same level of detail? So obviously the answer is on vertex painting. If I open up the material that I'm using, it's very simple, to be honest. It's kind of messy because it's just a personal project. So basically what I'm doing is using the vertex color and I paint one material, and another vertex color and I paint another material here, and everything I put it here on the break material attributes, and then I can just put it here on the final output. So what happens here is that it looks like it's blending, and the reason for that is, even though I'm using different textures, I'm kind of like having 2 pieces here, and I have like 3 materials, right? I have like one white brick, another one like flink, like very broken brick, and then I have on the bottom side I have like a big brick and then like a small brick, right? And there is a third material that is actually happening here at the middle. That's why you don't notice the pattern, and maybe you can already notice here like it's this pattern, like it's kind of like very obvious at this point. I haven't gone into many details, but there is a third material that is shared across these 2. And what you can do when you paint this kind of things is that, let me just duplicate this so I can show you what I mean. When you paint here, you want to make sure that at the top, when you paint on the vertex painting, let me disable nanite so I can paint on this. So disable nanite, apply. And you notice I will lose all my details here, whereas the top one has all the details from nanite. And here what you can do is just actually go here for mesh paint. And if I go to the paint mode and go to the RGB channels, you will see that at the top it's always white, right? Because I want to use the same material there. So let me just turn this off, and what I can do is I can just paint here all the materials that I want, and that's the transition material actually. So I can just go ahead and click on green. Okay, and I can also paint like red here. Notice that when I paint this material here, as soon as I do this, I lose the transition. The transition material is this one. And when I put this on the edge, you don't really want to make this like on the edge, right? You only want to do it, anything below it's fine, but on the edge, keep only one material, which you are going to do the same here. At the bottom, you're going to keep the same material here. And this is how it works. Let me enable nanite again so you can see all the details. And there you go. Now it looks like it's actually blending really nice, right? Like even though I'm using displacement here, if I rotate this around, like for example here, you will see that I'm losing the seams, right? So I can just Control C, and you will notice that even with displacement, everything has a very, very nice blending. And not only that, I can let Nanite do all the details for me, just like this, and I can have like really big surface. Like from distance, this might not look like it has a lot of detail, but as soon as you get inside, like there is so many different materials and different types of bricks and everything. So if you wanna learn more on how I did this, I was doing live stream where I made this, and obviously you can catch me live in the future to continue to work on this piece. You can watch all the details and how I made this material transition. So hopefully this has been really useful for you. There's been cases when you make environments and you have so many big pieces, and the easiest way to add details in environments is actually by painting them with vertex painting, not really by modeling. Obviously modeling is important, right? But vertex painting, it's such an important part of the process. Like you cannot really ignore it. And in environments like this where everything is really big, like take a look at this character here. Like take a look at the size of this and this one. You really want to add all the details, not only from distance, but also when you get close, you don't really want to lose any kind of resolution. And I'm only using 2K here, which is amazing. I'm using a lot of tiny textures. I'm saving a lot of memory. Things are looking great. So guys, I hope this tip has been useful for you. As I continue to work on this piece, I will show you more and more tips, obviously. So let me know in the comments what you think, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, take care.